Hi everyone, it's Mike Abbey with Enterprise Express Tax Systems giving you guys an update on the stimulus programs, the PPP programs, and the general state of affairs with the Biden over $1 trillion stimulus package that has officially been passed into law. We'll be doing a breakdown of that package probably in the next week or so because there's a lot to go into there. But more importantly is the fact that the stimulus payments checks should be going out pretty soon. If you received your prior stimulus via direct deposit, then you're definitely going to get it a lot sooner than those who got their stimulus payments before by check. So if you did do direct deposit in the past, just look out for those payments because they should be coming into your bank accounts pretty soon. Also note that these are probably the largest stimulus payments. They're probably also going to be the last ones. So if you are married with children, you're going to get a pretty big check. If you're single, then it's probably going to be limited to $1,400, but that's bigger than what we've gotten before. And if you are, well, yeah, if you're single, file, head of household, then you will be getting the $1,400 checks. If you're head of household, $1,400 plus the extra amounts for your dependents, depending on how old they are. So there's a lot going on there. This package is actually quite substantial when you look at the details of it. Child tax credit changes. Some people might actually have to amend their tax returns down the line because there's some big changes with the child tax credit. It's being increased for those who have children who are within the age range of the child tax credit. So look out for that as well, and we'll be giving you guys updates on that too. The PPP program was updated this month for a 14-day period. What the Biden administration had instructed the SBA to do was to open an exclusionary period within which smaller sized businesses who had less than 20 employees could have a priority application processing period. So what that meant was within that 14-day period, I think it started February 24th through March the 9th, smaller sized businesses could apply for the PPP program. But this was a big change with that. In the past with the PPP program, what they used to qualify you if you had, for instance, a Schedule C. Most sole proprietors use Schedule Cs to file their business taxes or income. They use your net profit or your net income. And as we all know, for those of us who are in business, a lot of times we tend to run at a loss after calculating all our business deductions. And even if we don't run at a loss, our income becomes severely reduced once we've put in all those deductions. Well, what the government decided to do in order to give people more access and have more people qualified within within the smaller size business community is instead to use line 7 on Schedule C, which is a gross income. That's a big change. That means a lot more people qualified for the Paycheck Protection Program. Now, what I want everyone to bear in mind is it is taken, in our experience, it's taken a lot longer to process these PPP payments because there's just such an influx. What that means is that now a lot more people are qualified to apply for it. And, we've just seen it's jam packed. The banks, the SBA is struggling to handle this influx of applicants for this new round of PPP programs. The other thing to note with the PPP program again is that first and second, well, if you got a PPP program in the past, it's termed the first draw. You're most likely now going to be able to apply for the second round of the PPP program. You do qualify to apply for a second draw. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so if you got the first draw of the PPP program, you now also qualify to apply for a second draw. Okay, The same applies to anyone who qualifies for the PPP program within this period. If you get a first draw, you will probably also be qualified to apply for a second draw of the PPP. The main thing with the PPP is this. Remember, it's termed Paycheck Protection Program. So it's meant to replace income that was theoretically lost due to the COVID-19 economic decline. All right. So when it's being processed, have in mind that you need to show that your business has declined by a certain percentage. All right. And secondly, also bear in mind that it is first and foremost a loan. Okay. So what that means is that it's a loan with a 1% interest rate, but it's a forgivable loan. So at the end of the term, once you can satisfy the criteria for forgiveness, that loan will be forgiven. And some of the criteria includes being able to show that you used it to pay a wage or make payroll, pay employees, use it for rent. So there's a number of items on the criteria list that you have to satisfy in order to prove forgiveness. But it's not a drawn out list. And my suspicion is that most people who are doing it the right way will be able to prove forgiveness and have those loans forgiven. So it's a great thing for small businesses. I'm hoping that everyone takes advantage. The closing window for this current round of PPP loans is March the 31st. So March the 31st is the closing window for this round of PPP applications. So make sure you get those applications in. Most of the companies that are processing them will end somewhere around March the 24th. So you definitely want to get your applications in before then. Again, give us a call if you have any questions about any of these things. We are always available. Mike Abbey with Enterprise Express Tax Systems. Bye.